another stream. Today is August something. I don't even know what today's date is. Pretty sure it's like the 25th. Yeah, it's the 25th. Today we're gonna stream Dreadnought. Right now, Dreadnought is a multiplayer team deathmatch, also with a slight of horde mode with waves and survival mode. Spaceship battle game, I guess you can call it. You can't really call it a shooter because obviously you're shooting shit.
Since this is how y'all gonna treat me, I guess I'm gonna have to sync from my phone to
But yeah, I've been playing Dreadnought for a little bit myself, and Bluntskill freaking been running this for a little bit. I played Dreadnought for the first time at PSX last year when I was in Anaheim, and I already knew this is one of those games that if you ever wanted a game where you were a spaceship shooting other spaceships, this is your game. No question about it. This is your game. So, without further ado,
Clark, what up, dude? Thanks for subscribing to my old channel. I will be doing shoutouts on my main channel soon, so get ready.
Awesome. So, without further ado, the following content is rated MA for mature audiences. Obviously, if you consider yourself mature, then that should probably be you, so you can stick around. Viewer discretion is advised. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and kick this off. I'm going to jump into a mode for Team Death. I'm not going to do the Havoc mode, which is more of a 3 players versus the computer in waves, unlimited amount of waves to see how far you can go.
Well, it's not to say that it's unlimited yet, because niggas haven't beat the game.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's definitely unlimited. Freaking Blunt's just convinced that we don't know yet, but it's definitely you're just going to keep on fighting shit until you die. And since how we can't make it past like the 5th or 6th wave, then, I'm just going to leave that alone until we can find a squad to run with.
You just wait till we get tier 4 Dreadnought. You just wait. I'm going to show you your fucking...
I'm just letting you know now. You just need a third. So in Dreadnought, you have classes of ships. So obviously you have a class of ship that can take damage. You have a class of ship that can't take damage but does high damage output. And then you have a support ship that allows you to actually repair or heal your other ships. But there are 5 types of ships that I've seen already. You have a destroyer class, which is a hybrid between a little bit of maneuverability and destructive power. Offensive power, whether it's guns, lasers, or missiles. You have a Dreadnought class, which has double the HP of a destroyer. Obviously, that's more like your tank class, which does... it's kind of like a battleship, your Dreadnought. So it has your main, it has guns on the side that can do massive amounts of damage. Plus it has forward shooting and aft shooting guns. Pretty much doesn't matter what ship you have, with the exception of like 1 or 2. Doesn't matter what direction you're really aiming in. You can kind of shoot whatever you want to shoot. So that's between your destroyer and your Dreadnought. The third type of ship that I've seen is your artillery cruiser. It's kind of a ship that's built to look like a railgun, because it pretty much the ship that you're using, the gun you're firing off is like an energy railgun. So yeah, this is definitely something that if you're a damage dealer type of person and you like to snipe people from range, it has a pretty decent range. And I'll actually go into my hangar and kind of like show you guys what all this stuff looks like. So I will go through. Matter of fact, I'll just show you from the tech tree. So the symbol that you see inside on the top left-hand portion of the screen right next to Augusta, that's the symbol for the destroyer type ship. These are some of the weapon systems that come with that. You have a secondary firing mode to all your ships. So if you get really close to another ship, you have to remember that you probably have a secondary weapon that can do more damage when you're closer to ships. But then your primary weapon is your standoff weapon that you use to engage people. Your Tempest missiles and your torpedo salvos, those are missiles that are used for, depending on what kind of situation you're in, they both perform missile type duties, which is, this one fires a flurry of missiles at your enemy. It tells you the range that you can lock on and fire them effectively. And then your torpedo salvo has a dedicated range as well, dealing a certain amount of damage and range as well. You have auto guns, which if you get within a certain range of a ship, your guns will automatically fire, but you have to turn those on. All of these weapon systems have cooldowns, which I'll show you as soon as we get into a battle. So that's your destroyer class. One of the other ships that I didn't speak about earlier, right here, I called it my Warthog Mark II, but this is pretty much like a fighter ship. It does a lot of damage output, but it doesn't have much health at all. This is quite possibly the weakest ship out of all of them. It's very agile, has great maneuverability, but if this thing gets pinned down by a Dreadnought, you might as well call it a day. You might as well pray that you have the ability to fly out of that fight. We talked a little bit about the artillery cruiser. This is the weapon systems that it has. Has light flak turrets, which if the fighter does getting close to it, it can
Wait,
provide.
pause. I have
Oh
a
god.
question. Go back to the Dover.
Okay. Gotta go back because Blunt hasn't really taken time to look at all these ships, so there's probably things that he didn't know about them. So for this ship, you have a main cannon, plus you have beam turrets that can engage enemies. You have a thrust amplifier.
No. But past that, right? That afterburner.
Yeah,
Is
it
that
has
not
afterburner.
the Yo? I've been
That's
thinking
why the
niggas
ships move
was like
fast.
warping.
That's for a different type of ship.
No,
It might not be
son.
this ship. It might not be this ship. Remember, there are other types of fighter
Oh,
ships, so
true,
they are
true.
warping.
I've been like tripping, and I'm like, yo,
No,
niggas is like
they are
warping within
warping.
like 5 seconds of
They are.
like. All right, cool,
That's
cool,
exactly what they're
cool,
doing. Is they're warping.
cool.
I've flown this ship and it does not warp,
All right,
and it
cool.
has to deal with the make and
Well, hold
model.
on. There's a warp at like the back or the bottom left, yo. Is that an actual
Blink
warp
warp.
too?
Yeah, blink warp. That's probably what they've unlocked and what they're actually using.
Oh, well, they're trash. They need to quit.
Yeah. So
All right,
thrust
continue.
thrust amplifier. As you can see, that upgrade tree brings you down to the blink warp. But all of these are those two abilities between thrust amplifier and afterburner. Those give you your extra speed. So coming out of that, going down to here. So this is that symbol that looks like a needle. I call it the USS Chris Kyle. This is your long-range railgun type ship. Your siege mode provides massive damage at 12,000 per hit. This is dependent on hopefully your target does not engage shields. Typically, if someone sees you firing this thing across the map, it's very noticeable and they're going to engage shields. So um, it does deplete your enemy when firing it, but it's one of those weapons that, does crazy amounts of damage when you're pushing that thing out. Your flechette missiles, this is kind of, I use it as an offensive if no one's looking at me, and defensive if someone's coming to engage. Just kind of throwing that out there with my flat cannons and trying to use my maneuverability to get out there, and hopefully I can take down this ship before it takes me out. You have anti-missile lasers, so if someone's firing lasers at you, you can pop those off, and if as long as you're moving away from the incoming missiles, you pretty much shoot them all down. And you have stationary cloak. So if you stay still and you don't move, you're like 100% like invisible. But if you do decide to move, I believe at level 1 it disengages, but at level 2 you can actually move, um, but your cloak doesn't like work as effective, so people can actually tell that something is there if they're looking for it. And then you gain other abilities as you move on. All of these other ships, as you gain experience with these silver stars, you can use these silver stars to unlock the different weapon systems. After you're done unlocking the different weapon systems, you actually have to purchase them, which is why these are in silver coins. And then once you're done purchasing everything required, then you can go down to the next tier ship, which provides you with extra energy, health, firepower. Energy is also something that you have to be mindful of for your ship. It does recharge, and what energy does, it can do three things for you. It can provide you with extra damage for all of your weapons, which that drains your energy pretty quick. It can provide you with shields to protect you from whatever's firing at you. And then the third thing is it can provide you with extra speed for your maneuverability. And you'll hear your captain or your engineer speaking, all energy, all backup energy going to thrusters and things like that. Your Dreadnought class ship, like I was talking about earlier, has massive amounts of health. Hold on, let me actually go and select the one that I have selectable. This type of ship, you have plasma broadside, vulture missiles, anti-missile lasers, and this thing can warp across a map. So it can get into the battle quickly, provide massive amounts of damage to ships unexpecting, and it's a real asset in the battlefield. And then one of my favorite ships is the tactical cruiser. Tactical cruiser is pretty much your healer. Your job in life is literally to provide support to other ships. You are an offensive power, but just remember that you don't have a whole lot of defense, and you don't have a ridiculous amount of offensive power to put out against large ships if you're on a one-on-one fight. You pretty much have to sneak in and do your damage, just like the artillery cruiser. The artillery cruiser just does a little bit more damage. So everyone has their role, everyone has their job that they need to do. But without me babbling about it, we're going to get into a team deathmatch real quick so you can see what this all looks like. Team deathmatch, 5-on-5. Each kill nets you 5 points. First team to 100 wins. It says each kill awards your team 4 points, but every time I've seen a kill, it's literally 5 points. So I'm not sure if that's a typo that they haven't changed yet. All of these maps have terrain advantages. If you're out in the middle of space, then you have to use whatever, not really terrain, but whatever objects are out there, because you're usually around the space station. So between the different structures that are out there, you use that for cover in order to stave off whatever onslaught's coming at you. The only thing that I've noticed, there is no north, south, east, west. You are in space, so it's kind of just you're out there. But on the next screen, you're going to be teamed up with upwards of 5 players. You'll be able to see, but depending on the icons, you'll know what type of ship they have, so you can kind of plan out what kind of strategy you want to have. Typically, if I have at least 2 dreadnoughts and most people are going offensive, then I'll go support with either my artillery ship or my healing ship. If I see one other person as a healer, then I'm going with my artillery ship. But if I see no one as a healer, then I'll run as a healer, just because you can give someone a lot of confidence to freaking go out there and put in work if you're a healer, because I actually know what I'm doing and I know how to provide maximum critical healing in a moment's notice. Then, you know, I'll pretty much take care of that. So right now I got 2 dreadnoughts locked in. I'm probably going to go towards a healer and let them know that I got their back. 3 dreadnoughts, and if that dude locks in as a cruiser, then we'll be pretty much set. It's about to kick off. So as far as flying around, I mean, you can actually fly in a particular direction just by holding forward, and you can look to the side. So I can just hold forward on my joystick, and my ship will move forward. So that's what I love about this game. You don't have to worry about not being able to move in a particular direction and providing fire. The circle reticle obviously is your true, your looking direction, and your crosshairs are obviously where your ship weapons are actually going to fire. Depending on the ship that you have to pay attention to that, because some ships have a firing cone that you have to pay attention to. So you don't want to expose yourself too much. I did see some shits far off in the distance. Oh, knowing the range of your weapons is definitely crucial of this game. So taking the time out to read what the range of your weapons is good. And the reason why that is I'm going to back up for a second and show you. And I'm going to zoom in as much as this ship will let me. So I can see that this ship, that Dreadnought, is 7.4 kilometers away. Right? That's where that ship is. If I had the artillery cruiser, then I would be able to provide, you know, effective, you know, hits on target with that ship. Oh, let me see if I can go get to this dude in time, because he's over here acting a fool.
Glad you're on our side, Captain. Amplifying weapons, aye. Repair auto beams activated. Flechette launched, Captain. Enemy warhead locked on our position. Shield activated.
Heal this dude. I don't want him dying on me, so I care about him. The enemy team does have a fighter ship that is around trying to do damage to me because I am a healer, but I'm just going to stay near my dreadnoughts because I know my dreadnoughts can protect me as long as they do their damn job. So as long as I'm healing my dreadnoughts and keeping them alive, I'll be fine. Yep, I'm gonna get freaking blown up because this damn destroyer that's here is still looking at the other destroyer and not looking at freaking this damn fighter ship that's on me.
Amplifying weapon sight. Aye, Captain. Amplifying beam. Multiple impacts. Damage control team on station.
No, I can't help you, dude. You're staying in here and you're being stupid.
Full power to
I'm
maneuvering
out.
thrusters. Flechette swarm locked to target. Aye, Captain. Activating. Reloading. Amplifying weapon sight. Full power to maneuvering thrusters. We can't. She's still cooling down. Enemy warhead blast and out of the ship. Activated. Fire at still in. Aye, Captain. Activating. That's it. She's done. Shield activated. Thanks. We owe you one. Full power to maneuvering thrusters. Shield activated. Amplifying weapon sight. Flechette locked and ready to fire. Full power to maneuvering thrusters. Activated. Picking up enemy contact. Over there. You heard the captain. Understood. Repairing. Thanks, Captain. Restoring auxiliary power. Stand by. Flechette swarm locked to target. Understood. Swapping to primary weapons, Captain.
I can't do this, yo. These guys are not being smart at all.
Captain. System strain, Captain.
You're done.
Destroyed an enemy attack cruiser. Understood. Repairing. Let's regroup. All vessels. We've got enemy contact. Deploying weapon systems. Detected. Firing up. System drained. Starting recharge. High captain engaging.
Someone doesn't take out that damn fighter. Like, I swear, I'm getting roasted right now. And I need my teammates to be freaking teammates and to roast this fighter. I'm getting out of here. I'm not staying here. These dudes are freaking not trying to freaking keep me alive. Like, they're over there playing around like, oh, we got a healer. We could stay alive forever. I'm like, dude. Come on now. I got Dreadnought, someone not trying to come take me. I got a fighter that's relentless. I got 2 ships that can't even take out a fighter. Like, I know your weapon systems. I know you can roast this dude. Alright, let's go. Where you at? What's your health? Oh, you ain't getting it. You're not getting it.
Flechettes locked and ready to fire. Launching flechette swarm. Shield activated. Understood. Swapping to primary weapons, Captain. Firing. Got nothing left.
Turn. Hit that dude with your main gun. What is wrong with you? Shaolin Dragon, I got hit with the artillery cruiser. I know I did. Yep. No, I did. These dudes are just not. You know what? I'm not healing anymore. I want to go play with the big boys. Let's go.
Full power to maneuvering thrusters.
Because these dudes obviously don't know how to put people down. I'm going to show you how to put these dudes down. Alright, let's see. Oh, awesome.
Full power to maneuvering thrusters. We have weapon lock. Lock on confirmed. We've almost got this. Let's finish them off.
Yo! What was on that side? Oh, that freaking ship hit me. Everything hit me. I got hit by 4 different ships. That's great. So they're all learning to huddle together. Awesome. I got something for that. Huddle together. Cool. I'm down with that.
Full power to maneuvering thrusters. Weapons are locked on. Missiles have firing solution, Captain. Enemy warhead locked on our position. We've been hit hard. Damage control teams dispatched.
And that's what happens when you play with people that do not know how to actually take down ships and be smart. So, if you have a fighter ship that's very agile, that's moving around, that does high damage, and you're 3 freaking Dreadnought class ships that have a ridiculous amounts of help, of health? Do you sit there and focus on the other big dreadnought that are behind mountains a good far distance away and your healer is healing you through that damage? Or do you take care of the fighter that's literally coming through your defenses trying to destroy your healer, which is pretty much going to put you in a position to die from everything else? I would like to think that you would go after the little fighter jet, but it's like I'm sitting here fighting a fighter jet one-on-one while I'm surrounded by 3 of my other freaking ships in my freaking crew. And that's also why you see my points are at freaking 1800 and the next person is at 1000. I don't even need to have a whole lot of kills. I'm doing my job as a healer, which is to heal the rest of my team. But can they do their job and freaking kill things? No. So that's what happens in freaking Dreadnought. All you have to do is play this game smart. If you have literally, if you have one Dreadnought and you have a freaking support, if you have a tactical cruiser, which is technically your healer repair ship, supporting you, that Dreadnought with that freaking cruiser can take on 2 ships, 2 no shit Dreadnoughts, and maybe even a destroyer all at the same time. You could be 2 on 3 the whole time because that freaking cruiser, if that person is smart, can heal through all of that damage. Now that's 3 people going up against 2. The other 3 people on your team literally can do whatever they want. They can just go freaking blow up everything and flank everything because that healer is freaking keeping everyone distracted. But as soon as you have a fighter cut through defenses and go take out the healer, then it's a problem. And it's like, for some reason, the guys that are playing this game, which I know they have a decent rank, because you can see their ranks in the freaking the after action, it's like they don't understand. It's like, oh, that's a thing that I need to do. All right, so I finally have freaking 10,000 stars on my Orcus, so I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna purchase my tier 3 freaking healing class ship. Technically not purchase, but I'm gonna research it. Now I need to get 20,000, 22,000 coins to actually buy it. Medium repair, medium damage. Tier 1, tier 2. You know what? I might want to be a Dreadnought. Because every other ship that I have, alright. Now let's go and freaking put in some work.
I'll scan the feeds and find you a job.
What's that? Here we go. Did they just take away my name, so all my ships? I feel like they did. Alright, let's see how good I do with the Dreadnought. Keep in mind, I have not used the Dreadnought since PSX.
Let's jump. Jump complete. Jump cooling down.
I spy with my little eye a Dreadnought pushing through the surface. This little canyon. I'm gonna come up behind them because they've struck first blood. And I want to let them know that I'm not really playing these games with them, so. It's always fun being the tank and you don't have any support ships. It's like, I'm gonna put myself out there, but I need the support of my teammates in order to get shit done. And if the other team's working together and my team is not working together, then I guess we're just gonna lose. So that's just how that works. Like this guy, I'm just gonna sit up in the middle of the fucking air and just keep on shooting. Someone's gonna fly up to him and freaking blow his freaking brains out.
Missiles have a clean shot. Enemy missiles incoming, Captain. Ships hold down to 50%, Captain. Launching vulture missiles.
See? Nothing I can do. I'm getting shot at by 3 ships, at least 3 ships. The whole fucking team was shooting at me. I'm done. I'm gonna go ahead and rage quit. Yep, this is where I rage quit, ladies and gentlemen. And freaking, actually no. You know what? I'm not gonna rage quit. I'm not gonna do it. Nope. I'm just gonna do my own thing. I'm not rage quitting. So sick. Look at this. Look at this. Someone's just sitting in the base. God, man, why do I have to be on teams where people fucking do stupid shit like this? Why me? Like, come on, man. I'm always going up against fucking people that got their whole entire team. And if someone's gonna be missing, it's gonna be missing from my team. Like, Why is that always a thing?
Got a bearing on the enemy ship. Support fire. Needed over here. Firing thrusters. Thrusters burnt out, Captain. Sending anti-missile pulse. Anti-missile pulse. Full power to maneuvering thrusters. Amplifying weapon system. Thrust amplifiers depleted.
Who are you shooting with? Someone that's ridiculously far from you? Hey, look, you're gonna die. Guess what? You're gonna die. Good job. This is exactly how we play this game. We're just gonna just sit there and just die. You're in the middle of the air. Everyone's trying to fight like 4 ships that are all huddled up together individually. Why? Where are my team? Where's my team right now? Can't even find them anywhere. Oh great! I have. Oh my god! These are people that have never played this fucking game before.
Follow our lead.
But yet, they have a healer. Knows what they're doing. See that guy right there? He knows what he's doing. See those ships? See those ships? All protecting every freaking avenue. So I can't even get close, even if I wanted to. I can't even get close. I have to fly behind enemy lines to freaking do anything useful. Look, my Dreadnought's all the way back here. Look, you have like almost no health. Damn these people, yo. Alright, I'm done. That's the end of the stream. Yep, rage quitting. Fuck these fucking idiots. God, they suck. Ah.